Another morning again inside we had plenty things then they happen. I wonder how news again will go here today. But this be small country we had. Anyway, before I go to the wala now we had, let's just go to my kitchen and check my colors.
Yes, colors. Some man really like for it in the morning. Some people say them just like when they eat don't sleep. Other people say na the cow they like, especially when they cook the soup or plasas where they like pass all. So now that make we dey bring to you this program where we call Colres, as we dey look at different story them na the front page and inside the newspaper. So not forget to join me on Monday to Friday, both Facebook and YouTube. Usai we go bring to una different guests them where they can help for talk about the newspaper. We are channel for the voice of the voiceless.
Another morning again inside we had plenty things then they happen. I wonder how news again will go here today. But this be small country we had. Anyway, before I go to the wala now we had, let's just go to my kitchen and check my colors.
Yes, colors. Some man really like for it in the morning. Some people say them just like when they eat don't sleep. Other people say na the cow they like, especially when they cook the soup or plasas where they like pass all. So now that make we dey bring to you this program where we call Colres, as we dey look at different story them na the front page and inside the newspaper. So not forget to join me on Monday to Friday, both Facebook and YouTube. Usai we go bring to una different guests them where they can help for talk about the newspaper. We are channel for the voice of the voiceless.
Another morning again inside we had plenty things then they happen. I wonder how news again will go here today. But this be small country we had. Anyway, before I go to the wala now we had, let's just go to my kitchen and check my colors.
Yes, colors. Some man really like for it in the morning. Some people say them just like when they eat don't sleep.
Good morning and welcome to another edition of a program where we call Colors right on we are on YouTube and on Facebook. Also, we can discuss the issues them where they come out of the different newspaper them, bring people the way they can analyze the issue them, and in some cases them we can talk about issue as well. We're not there not the newspaper them, but not trending issue them where we feel say people need for understand exactly what exactly they happen. So we don't come today and we begin look at the different front page issues them where we don't see today. The first paper where we look at this morning inside the program now daybreak say Sam Sumana and Diana assures APC. Kono for APC. You as well get art and culture, Afro-Caribbean Festival sign partnership with Air Senegal. You as well get stakeholders in Port Loco. Choose development over color politics. This is another story there for you inside this edition of Daybreak. The next paper in Tribune Times will say campaign have been relatively peaceful. PPRC chairman. You as well get the Freetown skyline. We will hardly be the same again. Historic cutting tree blown down by rainstorm. You as well get other story them with inside the UNFPA partner Partners move to end fistula, and statistics. Sierra Leone get new deputy statistician general. This is another story for you inside this edition of the Tribune Times. The next one are the Heroes newspaper, where say Gento is not competent to lead Freetown as APC launches Manifesto. Regime change imminent. Lawyer Babatunde D.R. Pratt allegedly in fraudulent transaction. This is another story for you inside this edition of the Heroes newspaper. The Gleaner, now the next paper, where say from austerity to hope, Bio Sunshine Manifesto. In 4 years of mayor, as mayor of Freetown, even Akisoya receives 33 billion from central government. And this is another story for you inside this edition, and as well you get with the support of the UNDP Sierra Leone, Mara and Associates launch the law of Sierra Leone. This is another story for inside the Gleaner. The next paper inside the program this morning. Now the New Age newspaper, we say money received. Oh, sorry. Okay, the New Age newspaper, we say money received from central government by former Mayor Akisoya, 2019, 13.753 billion, 2020, 8.716 billion, 21, 6.329 billion, 2022, 4.335 billion, and total 33.043 billion. You as well get 4 jail for alleged conspiracy. Honorable Abdul Minirulan Sana intensifies a campaign for President Bio a free election. This is another story for inside the New Age. The next one at the Global Times newspaper, we say VP Jules Jalolot, Energy Minister, First Lady welcome Eric Dura Sise to SLPP. This is another story for you inside this edition of the Global Times newspaper. No enough campaign reaches slum communities. We all set with ballot boxes, says ECSL Salon Chief. We go to the next paper. We're now the WION newspaper. We say as SLPP fails woefully in 5 years, Dr. Samuel takes power from Mara Bio on June 24. Petito paints Cambia red. APC condemns police action, and Sam Sumana joins APC campaign trail. This is another story for you inside this edition of the WION paper. The next one, the Sierra News, we say President Bio attends Tinubu's inaugural ceremony. Information Minister spearhead President Bio's second term bid, and Chinese embassy owed warm children's hearts. A China-Africa joint action. This is another story for you inside this edition of the Sierra News. The next one, now the new citizen, we say Dr. Samura Kamara Chaikuku launch One Nation APC Manifesto. APC Samura Kamara wants Sam Sumana, Diana Konomani to return home, and your Sierra PR system disenfranchised constituency 034. Guinea provide election material for Sierra Leone. This another story for inside the New Citizen. The next one, a Women's Voice, we say DCI Sierra Leone and the partners train 30 female aspirants. SLPP Balekol assures constituency 1 to 4. Sorry. Potuloko residents choose development over color politics. Chinese embassy hold warm children hearts. A China-Africa joint action event. We get the next paper inside the program in the Africa 24. We say election is not violence. APC SLPP. The picture of Samara Kamara and Mada Bio. We as well get Bio's quiet human capital revolution. Public trust in SLPP's 2023 People's Manifesto. A challenge or success. This and another story for inside this edition of African 24. Please, allow me to just take a short break quick and arrange one of our guests quick.
Another morning again inside we had. Plenty things then they happen. I wonder how sneeze again what go here today. But this be small country we had. Anyway, before I go to the Wala now we had, let's just go to my kitchen and check my colors.
Yes, colors. Some man really like for eat in the morning. Some people say them just like when they eat don't sleep. Other people say na the cow dey lick, especially when dem cook the soup or plasas wey dem lick pass all. So,
all right, welcome back. Very sorry for that short break there. We actually have to put things in place with one of the guests then. Anyway, we go to the next paper. We now the Freetown Post we say Bio assures of second term in the Afri-Caribbean Festival signed partnership with Air Senegal. Yes, we'll get Abali's charge with the mother of FBC lecturer. The big NPDC presidential debate coming soon. This and another story for inside the Freetown Post for today. And the Standard Times, that is the next paper for this morning. We say textbook economist fail President Bio's government. And you get the SLTU and the MBSSE provide 70 million loans. And you get other story them waiting inside this edition. Karko and others implicated. Fake Indian priest arrested. Karko and others implicated. This is another story for inside the Standard Times newspaper. The next one will be the final paper for this morning. The Independent Observer newspaper, we say APC Manifesto is anchored on 10 pillars, says Dr. Samura Kamara. Bio Samura others signed electoral pledge. Bio's re-election, smart movement takes no runoff. Message to slum community. This is another story for inside the Independent Observer newspaper. Well, now all this we get for inside the program this morning. We actually come now to guest them. Follow we actually look at the issues then. But for now, let's take this break.
Another morning again inside we had plenty things then they happen. I wonder how sneeze again what go here today. But this be small country we had. Anyway, before I go to the wahala now we had, let's just go to my kitchen and check my colors.
yes, colors. Some man really like for eat in the morning. Some people say them just like when they eat don't sleep. Other people say na the cow dey lick, especially when dem cook the soup or plasas wey dem lick pass all. So, na that make we dey bring to you this program wey we call Colres, as we dey look at different story dem na the front page and inside the newspaper. So, no forget to join me on Monday to Friday, both Facebook and YouTube, usai we go bring to una different guests dem where they can help for talk about the newspaper. We are channel for the voice of the voiceless.
Another morning again inside we had plenty things then they happen. I wonder how sneeze again what go here today. But this be small country we had. Anyway, before I go to the wahala now we had, let's just go to my kitchen and check my colors.
Yes, colors. Some man really like for eat in the morning. Some people say them just like when they eat don't sleep. Other people say na the cow dey lick, especially when dem cook the soup or plasas wey dem lick pass all. So, na that make we dey bring to you this program wey we call Colres, as we dey look at different story dem na the front page and inside the newspaper. So, no forget to join me on Monday to Friday, both Facebook and YouTube, usai we go bring to una different guests dem where they can help for talk about the newspaper. We are channel for the voice of the voiceless.
Another morning again inside we had plenty things then they happen. I wonder how sneeze again what go here today. But this be small country we had. Anyway, before I go to the wahala now we had, let's just go to my kitchen and check my colors.
Yes, colors. Some man really like for eat in the morning. Some people say them just like when they eat don't sleep. Other people say na the cow dey lick, especially when dem cook the soup or plasas wey dem lick pass.
Welcome back. The guests them all set. You see how they smile. It means say today we get for get one kind discussion. We get for be really, really lively. The interesting part, the guests them all too matured and they all too know how to handle issue in their own different domain, in their own area, with from their own normal viewpoint. So the first person where we get on the Zoom now Titus boy Thompson. Good morning, Mr. Thompson. You don't join me the last step inside the program. Welcome to the show again inside Couriers.
Thank you. Good morning to everybody.
And on the line, on the WhatsApp line from Riyadh, Sierra Leone, we get Abdul Hassan Faki. We don't join we. Instead of not a stranger again inside the program. Mr. Faki, good morning and welcome to Couriers.
Good morning, and thank you for having me this morning.
All right, so I want to start this discussion with something where I've been not host to the last time, and interestingly, I've been take note of something where all to be say. I go ask on the question again, or I go put them to you again. Mr. Faki, the last time you say Mada Bio get edge over Samuel Kamara in this election, so likely. Mada Bio beat Samuel Kamara in this election, true?
Yes, very true.
Okay, so give me your point again. Why you been saying, Mada Bio get edge over Samuel Kamara? We'll start the discussion from there before we go into the paper.
Yeah, well, I've been telling you, I say, from 2018, where President Julius Mada Bio took over power. It don't bring a lot of reformations and transformation them and the new projects them, new programs them. We're very human friendly. We don't give hope to Solonians them for say like what they say, it don't start on a good footing for this past 5 years because of it meet a lot of troubles them we inherit from former President and it's by Koroma. So it don't turn up the country to a level. So an evil kill. Now you don't put the ship now a straight line now for sail. So this 5 years coming, and people don't decide for say this man don't come because 5 years now a very short time. So this man don't come. It don't clear some problems them. So we'll give him another chance now for actually implement now. This now this not a problem. It clear again. This now sail now. This next 5 years. So at least I say, the programs that we call them, but I never call them all. I've been called few of them, like free education, the medical, hospitals are going all over the place. He's building universities all over the country. They get access to beginning for land book. During this combined time, they get 500,000, 600,000 beginning school. Now enrollment, they go over 1 million, 1.2 million every year. And people they get access, people they wouldn't get access to schools them because of the not get money for pay school fee, they get access to education now at that basic level. And I therefore say in the justice system, now justice is accessible and affordable. You're gonna court now, you don't need for pay money. Somebody offend you, you're able to get justice. Then it don't expunge the criminal libel law, the part 5 of the 1965 Public Order Act, where they make media practitioners, more like journalism and other people where they talk or sing or express themselves. Now they go jail again. Become criminal again. Now you don't become civil. Now they go fine you, which is very good.
So what thing I would do in the next set of questions, this one go left open. The next set of questions we will get for Mekale Ebe based on time so we can get equal opportunity, yeah? So I will hold you there quickly and go over to Mr. Titus. Now, in your last submission, you say Samuel Kamara get edge over Mada Bio and it will beat Mada Bio in this election. And not true?
Oh, of course.
Okay, so tell me why you been said so again.
If I refer to Mr. Faki's response just now, it just make us smile. It took this government 5 years for destroy this country to the level where we did. Right now, they talk about president, they talk about Mamikos. President, they talk about threatening of life, tribalism. People in the dance, former IG, they say in the dance in America, they show cutthroats, gestures. You see, the tribe don't count too much inside politics. People in the top of regions, APC will get 5% Nabu, but SLPP will get 30% Nabu local. Why the country for reach so? You see, in 5 years, there is a bit of bitterness. There's a lot of bitterness in the country. People don't to trust each other again. In 5 years, the country don't divided so much so that families now they look into themselves to see who not mende, who not to mende. Anybody will do certain thing and say not to mende man, not to better mende man. Anybody will do certain thing, not to better team. It is wrong. For their tribes and regions and ordinary issues of hatred, Christianity, man would aspire for mayor of freedom. Not even sabi how freedom they operate. To go and talk, say, why you make that Creole for be freedom in attempt for countryman? People don't understand. The Creoles no want hand pan politics. Creoles are no one nothing for do politics if you ask them. But then you not go say a whole group of people do not get a say in the governance of their own everyday affairs. Freetown is the only home of the Creoles. Creole are not knowing at this country. So if Creole man say they want aspire for being mayor of Freetown, I think we for left them. And if the APC be not make a principle, not to say na law, APC make a principle say if we put mayor for Freetown, not put Creole, because at the end of their own place, na had them day, not give them that chance for let them say get a say in governance. People want to take an autonomy like for saying a tribal business, the mayor of Freetown, it don't matter if you be Creole or if you be local, deliver for Freetown, that is all. You see, so for them, Mr. Fakiri say in these 5 years, this government don't take me way back. It is very sad. It is very sad how far back we don't go, where we don't ever get, they get the level of integration we don't use for. The religious tolerance will be no for. You don't go out. Now, political intolerance, we now fed killings. Look how much people that this government don't kill. Where unaccounted for. Government, they take people they hold and kill, na riot, take them body, bury them. Gets, all of these things wrong. You see, there are so many wrongs that have been done. So for say, Mother Bioga edge for win election with all them bad here, I know you see him. I see Samuel as a voice for the people, and I see the man will command the respect of the people and the emotions of the people and they be. Look at yesterday when they launched the manifesto.
Okay.
You want to see the city of.
So now let me can go to the and the now proper one. Now, right from this point, at the begin time una, yeah, Mr. Fakino go see, but the people then go see for the time, okay? So I will begin time una, and for the sake of this, I want for let me make 5 minutes per any question where they ask, yeah. Oh, okay. I think Mr. Fakiri come on the Zoom. I see you Zoom the come on.
Thank God, I don't come on the Zoom. Once boy Thompson in face.
All right, go over the low see if we can get better sound from you there.
Yeah.
Let's see if we can get the sound.
Audio not look connected.
You get me? Yes, audio don't connect. I don't know. If in the Mr. Fakir, you get me? Ouch. Okay, so and you go find follow with the area safe. I think for this program we will still stay at the WhatsApp and we try for connect in Zoom for another program because if not that we will take more time. So let's try for call them again. So the program we watch right on our right on we are on YouTube and on Facebook. And we get Abdullah San Faki, and then we get titles Boy Thompson with we inside the program. Mr. Faki,
yeah,
you look
I
like
got a small problem with the sound actually. I don't know what happened.
okay, no worry, we go settle them in another time. So for now I will remove you now the Zoom and then we continue. Another day we go try for settle the issue of this one, yeah?
You see me face after the program.
Okay.
All right, so when you go and I start the timer, I start the timer now for let we go able for get the fair and level playing ground. Now let's ask you now, both APC and SLPP don't launch the manifesto. The way how we title the program now, the both APC and SLPP in the manifesto, which one una feel say stand a better chance for actually solve the problem of Sierra Leone and Sierra Leoneans, yeah? I will start with you and the man, well, I will start with Faki again. Yeah, follow we start with the one. You feel say the manifesto of APC or SLPP, who's why you feel say stand a better chance for settle the problem of Salon and Salon people? I'll start the timer now. Go ahead.
Yeah, well, as I've been telling you in the beginning, even from last week and today, I say for the past 5 years, President Julius Madabio, they grapple with the problems that we inherit from former President Anes Kroma, with all due respect. And we know, say, President Anes Kroma, former President Anes Kroma, left this country in a state of austerity after we don't graduate from recession because of overspending and unchecked spending, unchecked corruption. We'll see later where the commissions of inquiry we then investigate that government day. So from where President Bio come, the problem with President Bio make President Bio they get too much bashing. Now because it makes problems, and we could always forget for refer to the past. We always remember this present moment here where President Bio don't get problems in this country. But now problems they inherit the problem here. You know, can't create them. Now meet them. So we can meet them. Now fet you don't fet like what they say you don't meet the sheep the canoe water side. It don't link your head na the wrong direction. So you begin for playing with for paddle until for kind of the correct direction. You know, the right direction. So it takes some time. We will have people that will come out them village them they sharpers they will play with canoe. It takes some time for let you paddle until you straight them up, let it pick up the current and let it straight. So now this president for the past 3, 4, 5 years now, I don't say now the boat don't sit on straight, the head don't sit on straight. Now President Bio in programs if they don't come with, we don't see how they don't develop the country. We don't see how the country people then they don't get new lease of hope. So essentially the manifesto we come with today is the flagship now education. Then they come with the government education, they come with hands off our guys, they come and go against rape, now then the jail man for life. Now it's they can't put hand out on agriculture. You know, now they can't see now. The major trust now where they come with now how to feed this country and how we all will put hand on agriculture, not only for the office and talk the individuals, the companies, the government, the multinational companies, every human being now way you say well now I want to go to agriculture. Government say well now we support agriculture in a very big way, so that we will produce food and get surplus and even export like how we do in the 60s. Me I meet in the 60s, don't bomb me. I meet in the export rice in this country. Parboiled rice, rock rice. I guess sense. My papa na been produce dealer. They buy they sell out country. So the SLPM they operate. We meet in the export banga, cacao, coffee. Now that program the way papa them ban ginger, pamine. You know, so. He said now, they come back those days, now they can't fit now for put agriculture because we get Boku land, the land Boku.
So in as much as we get Boku land and other things them, this government be done they put some efforts on the agricultural business, but we not see anything. Rather, we just see like the money where they invest in the area, then it just go just like that. We not get any report of waiting to happen.
Well, agriculture. I don't think I grow upline. Agriculture get a very seasonal, depending on what you want to produce. A very seasonal, it take time for let you begin for harvest. I think say what at the scene at this city of Freetown, we 2 days in a rush, in a worry.
You get
so
1 more minute for you 5 minutes. Continue.
Okay, so man don't even know how for go about agriculture. But everything they ask you, where Bumun arrest now? Bumun arrest they take some time before they begin harvest time. You know,
so but how long did it take? Did it take past 6 months?
Well, normally you the plow race inside April, May.
So,
June,
but you know, say this Bumbuna or I call Toma Bomb, it don't pass like 2 years. Where would they talk about her now?
No, what did I say was, what did I understand from where I do some interviews with the people? Yes. Well, they're not just kind of more. They're gonna farm the game plant. Then be careful, can put structures in place.
All right.
You know, parastatal.
You time
So
done,
just kind of
sir. Thank you very much. We will stop you there, and then I will reset the time and go again to Mr. Titus for 5 minutes inside the program. So now let me go to you, Mr. Titus. The issue of the manifesto of the APC and SLP. Sorry about that. APC and SLP. What do you think say, or which one you feel say stand a better chance for settle the problem of Salone and Salone people? At the start the time now.
Okay, I think the first thing we go do, rather than I begin talk about what don't happen, let me get one thing clear. The Samoa Kamara government not go look to the past, for blame the past for which whatever this government don't do, we allow them. Whatever this government don't do, when Samoa Kamara come in, he is such a technocrat. The first way he go do for work on the manifesto, and the manifesto first pillar, building one nation, national unity and cohesion. This is not the main thing we get for build this country back together. Because if we left out this country, so we fragment, we break, like we country people also. We all the forum. This country no go team up with this kind of division. You see, the SLP and the government and the supporters, when they talk about the APC, like if I say, then are aliens from out of space. Imagine, firstly, they say, who believes in around the way they support SLP no more true Sierra Leoneans. Then can I talk enough for B? President talk say how make speech say APC people are terrorists. No. The language they use amongst themselves is wrong. So they'll build one nation, they'll get respect for each other. The other pillar, they look at economic deficiencies and cost of living crisis, structural level, intensify efforts in job creation. These are economic issues. Deal with the day-to-day issues that way concern the ordinary person. How young people will come to school and get jobs, proper jobs, better jobs so they will feed themselves. Then if you talk about agriculture, where Mr. Fakir talk about just now, agriculture is a very important sector where we create jobs for this country because we get the equipment and the environment for one. You talk about Toma Bomb, you get Bondapi, you get Magbash, you get Cocoa and Coffee. These are places I have been to. When you go see the coffee grow in areas like Kailan, believe me, you get a sense of pride in God's creation as Sierra Leone. Number one, na hill. High hill, na they claim go. Then when you go there, when you see the farm, then but then the one way they strike you. These are old farms. These are very old farms. Our coffee and cocoa grow in areas. They are farms that are not managed. They look after them. Now, all farm don't have families for generations. Nobody they mend the farm. Pastor, every year, they say coffee grow, then go collect the beans. And so that means that wild beans will they produce. When they produce beans, they will get proper nurture. When they produce beans, they will get proper quality and variety. So you find out, say, with agriculture and actually what the people they want, coffee and cocoa, now major export crops. We are not doing it. Toma Bomb, what you have to do now, Toma Bomb? If you see Toma Bomb, I have been there. I think there are 2 villages and call will get Toma Bomb. When you go to that place, if you see miles and miles of flat land ready for plants, all they need for do, they will just dig the ground and put a seed inside. That's all they have to do. They don't get nothing else for doing at Toma Bomb. They place the land for the rest a day. Nobody know they do them. And this government come in, instead of them do all things and they win at their own strongholds. These are their areas they come from. They sit on the fed people in a free tongue just for maintaining the government in power. And that is why they went wrong. They spent too much time maintaining themselves in power. The president spent too much time on what you call ephemeral and face-only projects. You go build the image of Sierra Leone outside. Build the image of Sierra Leone outside where? For travel going to Ethiopia.
But the government, basically, they tell you, say the last government, they don't damage the image of the country. They even go to, for example, they even go to Japan. They left that day in a hotel. And when you go there, you're not able to go inside, pass where you get for pay. That's all a bad image.
That was wrong.
Later
on, we'll get for find out when I lie the president lie. That was very wrong. That was very wrong. Government they left that in a hotel. That was very wrong. And
No,
now we
but
see.
I'm not sure. Government they left debt because even the audit report tell we say this government get debt na Lebanon right now as we dey talk so, but then count the receipt tell we say them pay whereas they no pay. So yes, then they left the debt there.
This government come with receipts where no relate to the hotel with the tap.
Okay, so you get 1 more minute, sir.
Yes, sir. You see, well, it look like say my own time look short.
Yeah, now the same 5 minutes.
Now 5 minutes.
You eat your time already with this.
No problem. What do you mean want say? Samoa in your own manifesto get clear pathways for take the country to the next generation.
Okay.
For let you blame the previous government and not things that the right thing SLPP do. SLPP do too many things that will anger too many people. There are too many killings, too many extrajudicial killings, and too many violence. How you go stop person not for work out to the country? You say the convoy too long, too much violence in the country, too much killings, and for their reasons and the people are not going to forget.
All right.
People they want progress and they want a future.
Thank you very much for we when I don't take the first 5 minutes of on our time. I reset again and go to the second one. Now I go to the different things then. You know, inside the different manifesto, I take 5 points and 10 points. Mr. Faki, nothing not there inside the manifesto, the 5 points where them bring for we talk about national cohesion. We talk about, you know, how for settle all of them plaba them problem they way don't they. You know, except if I'm wrong. But from waiting at the see, I go take them for example, tech and infrastructure na number 5. Number 4 na revamping the public service architecture. Number 3, youth employment scheme. Number 2, human capital development. And number 1, feed salon. We not see anything we talk about the how to bring the country together again. Why? Is it that they're not focused on that or they're comfortable with that?
No, then focus on that. National coalition.
So this one at 3 minutes will they take them for, yeah? 3 minutes. Now 3 minutes will they take this for. Go ahead, please.
Okay. Already President Bio in wisdom, it already set up a commission for peace and national cohesion. So it already addressed that side now, and they are now operating. They get the national peace and commission for peace and national cohesion. It is and national cohesion.
How effective this peace and national cohesion day with the country? How effective?
It work right now.
It work because how effective is it in terms of doing a work?
Effective because now they don't charge them with the mandate, and the mandate tell them what they for do. That is for look at areas that have problem there and offer solutions on how the issues can be resolved for let it bring peace and national cohesion in the country. Which now that they depend right now. And what I want to say is normally they legislate national cohesion and peace. Normally now you work in the enhance. They work with this with President Bio they do. They don't already enhance national cohesion and peace. So that commission what they make the setup for now for peculiar issues that they come, people don't come with their complaints. Like how you would complain na court or you wouldn't complain na human rights commission say they don't violate me human rights. So the time they already did. So President Bio already think ahead long ago, about 3 years ago, set up. So but if you look at the manifesto, what do you make it not talk much about it because it's already there and it's already working and it's already getting effect. So then it's clear. So like I just want to make one small like what I want to say I want to talk no more.
You get one more
killings. Like when my brother Titus they talk about killings, boy if you really talk about killings, the evidence of killing now one-sided side people they can always talk the government kill, the police and kill. But were the police also not killed on October 10, 2022? It was an all-out war by the PTP, not the APCO.
They do. Yes, the police then die as well. But you police then die as well. But you compare all of the killings to that of the August 10 situation.
No. What I'm saying, now skirmish take place.
Okay.
On August 10. People come up from nowhere. They call themselves people's power in politics. Who don't know them? They don't register. They don't get party office. Office. They say that they come for comfort. In fact, they say they come for comfort. Me also had a stone. So if I get gonna find anybody, so what if I say?
Okay,
I'm
it's done. But I ask you this question in other parts of the time, yeah. But since you can with Daniela ask this question, you think it's actually done. So let me go. You know the one the way you talk about so the people's power in politics. Somebody need for register before he get the chance for come out and protest.
Of course, because they never identify you. I mean.
So as a Sierra Leonean, we not register, you not get rights for protest.
The article over one month, they say una can't me last, so that I will give una security on the day of the demonstration.
So let me look at this issue, Mr. Fakir. The Femi Claudius Cole, Dennis Bright, and others we been go to the police and take responsibility for go out and go deliver letter, just letter. The police molest them back in the streets. Then people and then they not sabi them.
No, then a subjective statement would have been make would say police molest and treat.
No, not a subjective. We see him. We listen to the video where the police say if una not come here, we call woman police officer for let molest una, let embarrass una. We hear the video, we see him. Not a subjective.
So what in the background of what happened for us for the regional level? The police for security.
Police tell them say in the video and it be there on AYV again. Police tell them say if they want for wear black, let them go mourn at the house. Let them come on there. They don't need for them at streets. And then we get rights because then are salon people them. No or two.
Let me say it depends on the agreement whether they don't go with the police force. For so on. Perhaps on the day of
you need to
demonstration.
get agreement before ever you as salon person come on though. Look for example the time where we time no just to take you for based on the issue we carry it. The time where World Bank be say they pull out from the midterm census. You see people them can protest against World Bank. Nobody not ask them, police not ask them because they protest for the government.
Mr. Slpp, one thing in this country, you didn't know the Western world. One thing in this country, we're peculiar to we. Whenever people they test it and they can't demonstrate, they know they demonstrate. Then they come for cause problems on the other peaceful citizens. That's not the reason we see police can drag in food for give people permission for let them demonstrate.
All right,
not to say that because normally violence and you don't can you begin to send stone. Not to demonstrate you begin to send cutlass. You begin to send the August the fire go now we don't hear you see live bullet in this community. So is that a demonstration? Now like a word not declare. Demonstration for whole placard and whole loudspeaker and talk within your grievances. Am I right?
All right. I get your point. Thank you very much. We go to Titus again. Titus, you get 3 minutes. Now, all of the questions I'll be asking are just, bonus waiting in other parts of the 3 minutes. So let me go on this area. You don't listen to waiting, Mr. Fakir don't talk. So, Mr. Thompson, you can come in and get a 3 minutes in that area there as well.
Which area you talk about?
The area of this, protest, national cohesion and all.
Going at the extra question, I'm to say that. You see, let me be candid. Middle England, we got a group that called Extinction Rebellion. We got a group that called Stop Oil. We got a group, they get so many groups the way they rebel against particular issues, whatever they feel. Some of them rebel against the king, say not for Covenita, say not to the king. But police arrest them. When police arrest them, the police supervising body, they come out and say, why not arresting people here? Even though they release the people later on and then give an apology, the vex parents will not arrest them. Because as long as they don't do anything wrong, they get right for protest. That right for protest is a fundamental human right. I know they put on a constitution. Government not going to know when they do wrong if the people don't grab and tell them. And the only way the people will tell, not to just write letter of hobby verbose, and for that the people can come out on the street and say, this thing the more we want to do something for change them. The problem we get with this government is the fact that they spend too much time for sustain and maintain themselves in power rather than spending the same time for look into the interests where they bother the people. They never did that. All this talk where they talk about, then they inherit problems. What do they talk about? When I get the country right now, they run with 2 currencies. How can you have a situation like that? Also, when I inherit 2 currencies, when I get a situation where the agriculture in the country, they produce, most of the rice produced in Sierra Leone is consumed in Mali, not in Sierra Leone. The bank governor can auction all the foreign currency. presidential trips, taking so much money that goes out. You're talking about owing money in Lebanon. And what are where? Because Lebanon are the place where we are listening and carry bags of money go in the middle of the coronavirus. That was when they went to Lebanon. So we're asking these questions. What happened to this government where you move away from the road of development, peace, and integration, national integration, cohesion, where you decide to walk the road of division, tribalism, regionalism, and then you begin the narrative, the messages that come from this government is too aggressive. Una terrorists, una thief man. How can you give? You come the brother and sister na oath. How you gonna call you brother and sister?
But if the people them come out very strong against the government, you know, some people will say, yeah, the government get right for use then some of them terminology, then they against the young people them.
Terminology you cannot use. You see, the Englishman said 3 things come not past: the sped arrow, the spoken word, and the lost opportunity. And then 3 things that this government do, and they're not going to take them back. They sped the arrow, that means they release their guns, they shoot people them, and then kill them. You never take that back.
But according to Mr. Fakin's FC civilian, they all gone, and they use the gun in your area.
That's a wrong thing, but they even get once in Nigeria, man, the civilian who they talk to all gone. Now Nigeria man who don't die. Would have been singer. Now I picture them put. Let this government not lie on people.
All right.
Who's let people and get gone? Where was the, instead of they talk insurrection, people should stop using wrong words.
Okay.
Where was the insurrection?
All right.
The policeman they wouldn't kill. Some people let them kill policeman.
Thank you.
Come work for the Sierra Leone police.
Very much.
Sad. For let people in the turn and kill policeman at street. It's wrong.
Thank you very much. Now let's talk about the issue of the economy. This government still focus on what they call human capital development, you know. And we listen to the chief minister tell we say, let them give them 3 months and go for fix the economy, you know, if they elect them back, you know. And other people and they say, no, come on, 3 months. You sure say 3 months? Okay, for loan and fix the economy. Well, the opposition then they talk say, okay, if we come, we go able for fix the economy by way how we go do certain things them. How we go able for partner with the private sector, how we go able for make things them go on how it's supposed to go on. So who that's more serious in terms of addressing the issue of the economy? Titles.
The issue about the economy is one of trust. No economy doesn't work without trust. Money markets work on trust, and it works on the strength of the system when they back up. This government don't lose that credibility for make any promises. It is as simple as that. Samoa Kama and government go come in, and people then go see the difference. They go come in and try for sale.
So why you feel say they don't lost the trust? Because then talk about free education, of course. Then count them. Then talk about other things. Then
they are not talk for free education, please.
Okay.
Then we left them kind of talk. Then they would go na salon. Would no salon now. No ever talk about free education. Say even any to anybody for talk about. The government don't lost the credibility. They don't lost trust.
All right. Go again in the issue of the economy.
That's it. They don't lost the will for get. How can you have an economy with 2 currencies? Then you say they trust you. Tell me you stand the one currency they go for, the one currency they come in. You have not done that. You don't get your taxation policies right. You don't get one timber monopoly. One green man they decimate the forest, sell everything, no they account to anybody. There are so many things wrong with this government. When they make agreements, build airport terminal, down and say build new airport. Okay, when I refurbish a new airport, build an airport terminal for 2 times the amount where it costs for build a similar facility just down the road. What are they saying to us? This government don't lose any integrity, but they tell people they say, give me a chance. The best thing, let we allow them, let them go. We go vote them out in June. Let we get a better government who will govern this country as a whole.
So if you watch about the economy, for example, a lot of people then go say, come on, APC they not get the right for talk about the economy. Because they may even carry the country to what they call austerity. They wreck the country and they're not able to get any better thing for talk about the economy.
No, then they're quite unfair. What people don't understand, mean economics by training. Okay. Austerity now a measure. Now a government, now a measure open to the government for control public spending. Austerity is not getting nothing for do what you do. You are private in businessman or in a man inside you anywhere you want to do. All man inside you make you budget. If you find out saying your electricity bill go, you go tell them picking and say una hot lights, una hot air conditioner, no.
All right, you get 1 more minute.
Okay. Right. You now you also go tell you picking una hot air conditioner if nobody know that the host for enjoying. So austerity, that's it mean. It means that wastage, that boku spending for left. When this government take the country back into the same situation and they take her into a worse situation. What's in what this government don't do? They generate revenue. We mining sector, they will be able to bring in small money. They don't take all, don't go play jam. Half of them now, they need a court when they will pay them. So let them left for talk about austerity. Austerity was a good measure. It was a measure to correct government wastages, and it's a good economic measure for protect public finances. There's nothing wrong with it, austerity.
All right, 10 more seconds.
No, Danny, I just give you a number. I'll give you 10 more seconds to look up.
Okay. When I go back to Abdul Hassan, now the issue of the economy. Judges have wants 3 months for letting them fix the economy, but then we don't give us 6 months. When we don't ask for 6 months in the beginning, when are not able to do anything to the economy. As we did so right now, according to Titus, the economy is in a very bad shape. Even Guinea, where we money we get weight past their money. Now we money don't double. The money don't double with money 2 times, and we don't fall under them. 3 months enough for fix the economy from this government for this government. 3 minutes.
The reason we can always take statements out of context. What the Chief Minister Jacob for talk about really was that in these 5 years here we don't succeed for bringing the economy to an even level. Now, as I'm telling about this ship of state level.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
Yeah, very good. That that the government of President Julius Maada Bio don't virtually fought hard for these 5 years for reverse most of the problems that we can meet with former president.
So
and
tell me what's the problem the way meet with or reverse?
Well, my brother Titus Weferi, by Thompson, in London, and with all the respect, things that they would happen here, we not get all like me.
So now I make we ask you for educate you. What's the problem the way meet with or reverse?
Former President Anes Bakroma left a debt burden in this country of external debt of over $3 to $4 billion.
When this government don't come in 5 years, what's the external debts now? When the government don't come in 5 years, what's the external debt?
External debt. No, they come. They left internal debt of over close to $1 trillion leones. You understand it, today?
Yes.
So where they go, left that and they left bad debt and then bank then they just go more than they take loan. They all not pay. Nobody not pay. Let us talk about it today. And that was very no. But stop saying no. People in the ministries, ministers and functionaries, and they go take bad loans from the.
Honestly, you correct in that area there. But this government don't double the debt the way they talk about so. In 5 years.
They don't pay beaucoup of the debt them. So you ever pay debt before you take out the debt.
Yes, so even when they pay, but now they don't double them. They don't 2 times pass waiting them in 5 years.
President Bio in debt not reach $1 billion. No, we not reach that.
Not a trillion we talk about. Actually, we talk about $1 trillion, not a billion, trillion.
I said over $3 billion debt. Former President Kuruma, President Bio not reach $1 billion debt right now.
But I listened to the finance minister the other time. They talking about 1.something trillion.
No. I'm talking about the dollar. You get dollar, then you get the leon. The leon, the trillion side. We're talking about the dollar. For let you get over $3 billion debt. Then you left and get somebody that person get for come for clear that day. Then you left banks that were virtually empty. President Kuruma left banks and they're virtually empty. They all take loans. They don't get collateral. My brother know that was very Thompson know that they take debt them.
Okay.
Banks and loans. Then they go bully the bank managers and they get them money. They pay. We call them bad debts. Then it runs into billions and billions and trillions of leons. States they don't pay it. The Commission of Inquiry they bring all that out. So man just the grab. He go take loan. Your collateral, intend for pay up to this present moment as I'm talking to you, then they not pay.
So you actually don't done in 3 minutes, but I add 1 minute for you because I want to ask you this question. You say people and they take the chief minister in statements out of context. What did the chief minister be actually mean? Where you say in 3 months we fix the economy, but in 6 months they're not able to fix them.
Very good. What even the table say was now we don't solve most of the problems and by Kuruma we don't left. So now if we give it this next year, now the first 3 months now, we're able for sail smoothly and put in place measures the way before they say 3 months.
Let me ask you this question here so quickly. You know, the last government, you know, left the country into austerity, and Titus don't explain what that simply means. It left debt and other things then. But you find out, say, with money, even the Leones been get sweat past Guinea money 2 times, yeah, past the Liberia money. But now, this government don't pay all of them debt today, but with money don't worse than Guinea money 2 times, and it don't worse past Liberia money. We then the second worst currency in Africa. Why?
Yes, because the bad policies the way former president Anes Bekoma left, the companies the way they come at this country for can mine minerals them, for can do business them. Then they so squeeze them for get kickbacks.
Okay.
Now at the end of the day. Beaucoup de personnes de la way they go back with dollar. They come for employ people there for come import export, and when you don't get export, you don't get foreign currency. Then you currency get for a drop. Now happen in this country.
All right, thank you very much. I'll give you 2 minutes as extra charge bonus point. I'll use this 2 minutes again to you, Titus. The issue of the economy. You know, you're waiting. You know, Mr. Faki don't talk. You know, Abdul Hassan. So I'll use this 2 minutes to you again. You know, waiting to be your reaction to waiting in say.
Hassan Faki and his supporters, and they make the same mistake from day one. They came in. This government came in for such pocket people, and then came in with the idea. Say all man APC don't turn gentleman, all man APC get money. So then set up institutions and structures for begin such all man in pocket and take the money in their hand, and which was wrong. They forget say law day. The Commission of Inquiry no yield nothing. Let we look no more waiting and spend on the Commission of Inquiry and waiting commodity. They may for spend their time looking at how for build the economy, they not do it. Waiting and can meet the president begin the travel so far that people can get for notice say this man they travel too much. And then until you go out, now money they go. Now foreign currency, now hotel bill, now per diem for his staff, and then they work in 1 grade. You see, and then you get
they go and count copper and better thing there for the country.
They count with nothing. I don't know the point.
We talk about the institutions that we don't build.
What do you ever count?
The colleges them, the Chinese college.
Honestly, what do you count? What do you ever count?
Yes, he count the Chinese college, for example, where they said international, you know, waiting.
With Chinese college on the FBC for almost years when they try for FED for. They're not still not completer. Chinese college, please. What he carry? The
maybe I'm not talking fine. When I talk about Chinese college, I talk about the School of International, you know.
That's it. The China School of International Languages has been at the college long ago. It is in fact a department now for
no,
the
not
college.
on international language. But if you help me, again for do with diplomatic, you know, School of Diplomatic something. I'm not quite.
Yeah, the same thing they talk about. They call them Chinese International School of Languages or whatever.
Okay.
It always there for the college. What President Bioka with her.
Okay.
Let them left for lie to people then. All of them tell when they claim saying that they do, they not do them. What's in them for?
You don't go out and you don't go secure 2 million for prosthetic leg. Outside and go be list in the country.
Hey God, one man they give 2 million for buy bread. Left this talk. These people have been lying to us. They meet the Mama project, so they build on that Mama project for see how it will become an economically viable project at the country. Then scrap them, then go bring a airport terminal where cost twice what in the Mama cost per capita. What did I don't do? Now you get the same problem for Golunge. Then now it cost you $25 anytime you pass at the airport. For why?
Okay. Continuing for the way to inside the program, you said don't do the same 2 minutes we argue just not to Abdul Hassan. So now we actually don't come to the issue of the end of the program. And the titles and Abdul Hassan. 2 things then the way the people are really concerned about are they take one after the other. One, Solomon, no one bokutin, all waiting and care about na job and thing for it. This government in 5 years not still able for settle that area there. And in fact, according to statistics, the angry don't 4 times past how we been there in 2018. The unemployment rate don't increase past how we been there. Yes, but this time around, the government say it want for Andulam. How visible you feel say that could be? 3 minutes, please.
Okay,
now for me, I can deal with that now. Because go back to me.
Yes, we will come to you, just so. Yes, go ahead, Faki. 3 minutes.
Okay. Yes, me, I don't say I get a background of research. Me, journalism, I get research background.
Okay.
Where you do demographic research in this country, you go see say the population don't over double. Now this country they see one man, he married 5 wives, he married 6 wives, he get 25 picking. You know, whenever we talk about in the country, when I talk about with promiscuity, how Solomon promiscuous. One woman they born 15 picking to different 5 man them. One man they born 25 picking for different 5 women them. Then he bring them all together. You know, educate one, you know, train one, you know, get any one job for do, you know, get any skill for do. How you please again for survive? Now President Julius Maada we can put food in table. Or now former president and his at that time with all the
So
respect.
if the structure not there, for example, in the country they also always sit down. So one of the things where they put more emphasis on now the middle power level. Also, then they put more attention on technical jobs. Then, but in the country we just focus on education, and nothing like the technical job. Also, the job then they create job for themselves, not they exist.
Now it is so. Here we get complete beaucoup idleness full up in this country. If finally you can now let you go to this city, let you go to different areas, let's see how your man
I disagree with you. I go disagree with you because remember, for example, let's say where Africa mineral been there, a lot of people then go for job and like plenty people then be engaged in job. So they really want for work but job not there.
Well, I don't tell you say. I don't tell you about the bloated population first. We don't get control over. Like we not there in the Western world, we don't get control over our population.
No, sir. I not get why I reach that inside the answer. I mean, always don't spend my life na the country, and I know exactly what thing they go on. You know, the government. Them, the truth of the matter is, the government are not serious about the population, and how for take care of them.
No. The truth of the matter is we're so dependent on government for saying for giving everything. Why? I mean, Mr.
And the other truth of the matter is the government not they so much encourage the private sector when are they supposed to take the burden for the government. In fact, this government been talk about the last government has bloated wage bill, but now they don't over bloated the wage bill because of the burden they on the government for employ people in. Where in other countries they also they go before, it's not supposed to be like that.
What you don't see now. You don't see back what they say. We government employ back people them back now they country for letting get them penny back when I say now over bloated economy.
Exactly, because you therefore encourage the private sector to come inside. That is what other people are doing, other countries are doing.
I don't tell you say during and as by command the public sector Boku man run away, Boku investors now nothing they can because they're afraid they kick back.
Mr. Faki, you just say investor then they come now, they run away that and they come now. Or that they don't know them, we get reason for give money, they come now.
As I'm talking to you right now, we get companies we don't can we don't begin pay suffering to people them. They might come on, APC they know they give them. We president come and go them money, they begin to say the man say they count 40 billion for let them just pay away for bring problems. I mean for pull people in their mind because people are now getting their money say they wanna get them, wanna land them. We don't come.
You get 1 minute. Well, I use this 1 minute to ask you this question. In the term, according to you, the last government, they're not going to pay people and the money where they're supposed to get out of surface rates. But now then they give them. But things really had passed I've been there before. Waiting wrong.
I don't expect to say. I say saloon. No, even if you bring angel for rule this country, the hardship of this country, it not begin today. It not begin today. It not begin yesterday. It not begin. It not begin with President Kurma. It not begin with President Kabay. It not begin with President Bio. It not begin with how do you call that? It begin with Shagasis. Take out to Momo. Now we know the story of this country. Now a long talk. We don't get time for that now. But now we don't start. So we don't start the So where this problem look, I don't say this man will can this president bill inherit this trouble here. Yeah. So for me you change the setup, the mindset of Solomon then mindset. Now the mindset we don't get now. Dependent. Me they say I married 5 wives, 35 picking. How many people for take care of when God they should not say me I no land make a book if I no land work but me I go find work the say they go pay 500. Which skill you get? It's I no get skill, but they pay millions of leons. So the problem is we are not producing. Mr. Slpp, make I tell you the whole system.
Sorry, you don't actually exhaust the time. So we'll go over to the other person now and we'll get to come back to you. You don't exhaust you. Now 5 minutes you don't do so. So we'll go to the other person. Let himself do another time, 5 minutes, and then we'll come back to you. Mr. Titus, you don't listen the conversation. APC is a better option to them problem. That's what they talk about, because all of the body they go back to and say now are responsible for the problem.
Oh, let them not talk that way. The APC is an option, not the only option. Let nobody not talk that way. It's APC responsible for this problem. This problem what this government get and then creator. If this government been coming and seek integration, then seek for work with everybody in the country, but then coming with vengeance, and coming with this, like for say, them and we different. That narrative they na important. Say we different from them. Then why are they na yampi? Then why are they na this? Then na that? You see, you walk into a country, you come in for look at what's in the economic dynamics, what's in the issues, them, the benchmarks what you need for deal with for leverage economic growth. You come with a skilled economy. Look at which kind of skills you get, who's how get comparative advantage. What we able to do, where we able to make them good. Either we not sell to ourselves, we sell to other people. We go cocoa, coffee, piassava, one of the users allow the exporter. All landed done. We agriculture, not go any side. We mining. You talk about African minerals, the successful Gerald mining. When they come in, this government carry and go court just for pull and contract and they lost the case. You know, and all the people in Boku money they get for sell off the mining to another group can go mining for some very funny amounts. And these people come around and say they do a better thing.
So but according to Faki, the last government do a very bad thing. That is to say, you know, the benefit where the people they forget now the area they wouldn't mine, they not be the give them, then they sit down by them. But now this government they pay them surface rents, and the people are very much happy with that.
Oh no, that's not true. That is not true at all. The surface issues of surface rents always get provision within the consolidated fund dynamics out in the past them money and they want to local communities. This government give money when money they aggregate their money and they because of the time they would not be don't pay. Okay, then collect their money and give them face value. Then money and give them people also the actual money then give them the face value amounts and then look president talks they give them 5 billion na put local. You know. So we therefore be careful at which the issues when we raise the general issues of how we govern the country. Mm-hmm. If certain things have not been going right, let's put a right. Forget about it the other person because government now gets stop and start. Government a continuity. If the one government they do the right thing, the other government can do the right. Don't about blaming. Don't say because you talk say, oh me they do this, so me better pass that. No, me they do this because I like the country and I so I want to let the country for go. This is my vision. Let me do the government based on vision, not based on for smear. Other person like if I say other person in a different Sierra Leonean, that person in a different breed, that person in an animal to we are better.
So according to the presidents, most of the one the way we do under the last regime na be Anyampi, and according to Faki, the Commission of Inquiry, you know, approved several things. Say the last people them be don't. In fact, they even take loan. They're not they pay, and this now been burdened back on the government.
How can loan be a burden on government? Let them left for talk lie. Private banks give loans to individuals, not a business. The banks you in the Western world. Before bank give loan and get
criteria. But for example, the commercial bank and the Salon commercial bank.
Commercial bank is private. It's not. It's owned by part of it is owned by government. The other one is private. Not a government gets 100%. And the people that they take loan at commercial bank, the commercial bank directors get a mandate and a responsibility to make sure so they only give loans to people who go repay. You see, when the people are left for stop for take their own feelings put on government. Me not go blame matter being government if a bank or an institution do the wrong thing. No, I will blame the institution there, but yes, I will call the government and say when I'm responsible for supervise them.
So if the government not supervise them, the reason why made the economy been they go bad this BNTM now because of the bad policies them where the last government put.
The economy they go bad this BNTM because of the policies where this government put. No policy they roll over. The economic cycle now 1 year. Every year you get a budget. And the government they set the budget for the oncoming year. Then they left for lie. Every year get a budget. No year, no the way the issues of this year, you go take them from 3 years back, so they can reflect on the issue of it. No. Every budget they deal with the issue of the previous year and all previous years. They say, okay, this is what we have looked at. All of these things have been in place. Now we want to make them better. This is the budget we are giving you for this year when you come. That is how you run your country, even in your home. When you get your money every month, you set your money every month. That doesn't call budget. Every month you do, I will pay us rent, I will pay for them picking and school fee. Okay, I know I will pay school fee for Alisai tomorrow. I will pay for Alisai next week. That is how you do it. Let the left for life and people there.
All right.
All the problems of this country and the problems with this government.
Thank you very much. All right, so we come to the last set of questions because the honest truth is we don't go over the time small bit. So the last set of questions, I will put them 2 in 1, but I'll give you 5 minutes each. The issue of justice and that of human rights. Yeah? Okay, maybe I'll add one more in the 5 minutes. A left to our handle and quick one in 5 minutes. Justice, human rights, and corruption. Who that do well passing campaign? I will start with you, Titus.
Oh, the APC don't do very well. The APC do very well because we left a system of justice where they work. If we don't get a good system of justice, they will not go hand over power peacefully to a government who not even win the power. You see, so we avoid any altercation and say, okay, if that are the election results when they give you, we hand over. If you camper corruption, the APC strengthen the anti-corruption commission and then give powers for go after people the way they do wrong things within the civil service. And
yeah, but still, let me say, on a government, the last government be really corrupt past this government.
It's not possible. It's not possible. This government, one game person corrupt past the one who let's say APC. Let me tell you this. One game person corrupt past the one.
What you go use for proof that your statement?
What are you going to use for proof that your statement?
For prove your statement.
Very simple. Very simple. People that will not get access, statutory access to the consolidated fund, they go take money in a bank of Salud, put it inside Ghana must go back and can't go Lebanon. Tell me what's more corrupt than that. That is looting.
So who that do them kind of things in there?
Hey, please. It didn't general information. Look at the Lebanon trip where the president go, who they collect money.
Okay.
We go with their money.
So you know go help the people let themselves understand in case they're not able to read?
No, I know we will help the people and further than the anecdotal evidence where I get. You see, what I get is the president go trip na Lebanon, and this is not a fact. During the COVID, this is not a fact. They even show you picture of the president here and web that in a boat. This is a fact that they eat good. This is not Lebanon. This is not a fact. The president.
But the president get rights to that if he go on official trip.
Oh no, but not. Well, that's what I'm saying. The president get right for all of those things, and this is what I know. I make what I see now talk. You know, say me I see and talk. What I see, they put in a paper and everything now I talk. Say people can go and come take money in a bank of Salon and go back to Lebanon. Then now you now tell me now say we even still get deaths to Lebanon. We're very shocking. I wonder what they do in that Lebanon table, but we don't get clearance yet. If they put commission of inquiry today, I sure say, but who people themselves will fall in the net. Government is run by commission of inquiry, really and truly. Where you want continuity, government is run for look at the issues when they face the people and deal with them. You know, they run kind to government because you have what other people there. People that go down now and talk, say, if APC win power, they will kill all them in the man. That is not true. APC win power, will go on the line and talk to them, say, look, you know what you want, why don't you join me? What for today or for next year?
All right. You still get enough time. You still get like 3 minutes for go. Yeah. In the issue of the justice system, you think say more need for be done for do like reform the police, the court system and all of them. So you think say more need for be done? And if yes, what do you think say need for be done for letting people also be independent?
APC try for that. We get the justice sector reform program. APC do a lot of things for reform justice. Then do a lot of campaigning about bail is free and all that. But then what happened? When this government comes, you find out, say, promotions and elevations take a different turn. Now, if you look at most of the structures within state institutions, one region or one tribe is the dominator. And you will never get a balance. And this has been the problem of Sierra Leone. Sierra Leone don't get balance. We don't get balance. And you look at the hierarchies we'll get in institutions. Because we don't get that balance there, everybody will lean towards one side. I see a picture the other day of police women in political party uniforms. That should not happen. You see, there are so many things where they happen way wrong. That should not happen. The people and where they wait for deal with politics and government, not the mix. Government not government, politics not politics. Politics for different from government. Now we get a situation where politics and government they mix. So this is the problem we're having. We're having a situation where the one that we're supposed for they run the country, not they run the country, but they use the country state resources for take up on political campaigns, and that is wrong. So justice not there. Look at Paremba Road. When they put person in a prison, it ain't in the custody of the state. Why should ordinary people walk into a prison with guns and start shooting where people are there for die? All of those things are wrong.
So, but this government will tell you, say they don't put a lot of policies then for work on them things they already talk about. So the corruption, the area of justice system and other things then.
They're not putting nothing in place. You talked just now about the peace and reconciliation. I go call peace and reconciliation. We're not integrated. You know, the APC people are involved. You decide saying only your own supporters are no more, and they go down at the Peace and Reconciliation Commission. So who they want to make peace and reconciliation for? You know, they make peace and reconciliation where they leave one party to the debate outside of the whole discourse. Then you want to sit down for yourself, say you want to bring peace. It does not work. Now, we are looking at it this way. Let me give you the promise. The Samura Kamara government, as soon as he come inside, will embrace all man. We will bring in a national dialogue. We will make sure so people understand what he make for them together rather than waiting for separately. Samura Kamara and West Namindeo man. So we're not to tribal people. We don't live and live peaceably with all tribes. Most of the people in the north, they marry people from the south and southeast. I wonder why this government come in and decide to use that southeast argument and that regional argument and tribal argument as a reason. You know, tell the president talk say you only work with other ways when I young people, they don't go work with other people. All of those things are wrong, and these were the mistakes that they made.
Thank you very much. Mr. Abdul Hassan Faki, going back to the issue I asked, you know, okay, we'll all listen quickly. Let's just dial a number again, quick one, and see if it can come inside again. You know, the program we watch right now, we are on YouTube and on Facebook. And family members, them, I know say sometimes they are knocking too, okay, but if I follow, they get two sides of every discussion. So please, listen to everybody point. You get one way to talk for, you get the other to talk against. Mr. Faki, you know, we talk about the issue of corruption, justice, and that of the human rights record. You know, between the APC and the SLP, who do you feel say, you know, get a better, you know, record in terms of the areas there?
Well, honestly, the area of corruption, the abuse of human rights, and justice, the evidence, and then if you go through the volumes of the commissions of inquiry, where we just conclude recently, and the white paper, it's clear what APC do for this country. We wreck this nation. And as I recently, and I repeat it back, they take loans that were not secure. They don't get collaterals. Then go and bully the bank managers. Evidence they, and the.
But according to Titus, he say they one in a partly, you know, private sector. So the responsibility of giving loan then at the hand of the bank, not any other person.
No. The main bank with the rec now the Sierra Leone commercial and the local commercial bank. Local commercial bank partly owned the commercial bank now. So they will get asked for take billions and billions of leons, not only billions of leons. They're not able to account for up to this present day, and the commission of inquiry they capture down a day, and they're not able for pay today. In the area of the SLP now, we don't can now, and president can do all of them boku account open get the ministries and the parastatals and the agencies them. It stop all. It's in a one account now we can use.
But even with that, we see a lot of corruption inside the audit reports, a lot of mismanagement and wasteful spending.
Well, audit report not accused. Audit report not accused. Audit report they observe and recommend.
So basically, if you observe say something wrong now, it talk them. So we put them in our own context. Yes, it don't observe and it not say wasteful spending day. Now that it just say, and then we put them in our own context. We wrong for do that?
Yeah, no, not wrong for do that.
Because now this government use. I be the moderate program for SLPP, and then at the see when they count them book and the audit report, and then it be basically they base the argument on. But now they say not just mere opinion. But first time they be no say na corruption. So why we say for people enough for use the same language?
generally, at all times, as far as I'm concerned, it no matter if now it be or APC or some people there or communism. Generally, audit reports they can observe and recommend. Let me they always get a provision for say you can come back and explain back what you observe and what you recommend. But unfortunately, I know they see much of that they happen. Now, what you can get them on now, when they accuse, as the audit reporter observe, they don't recommend, oh, no, normally, the audit report indict you. You get the opportunity for furnish them with information, for explain what in the
okay. So I'll ask you this question, and I will need your own opinion into this. The audit report, I'll ask you this question, I need your opinion. The audit report observes, say, the office of the president, then come with receipts and we're not correct, we're fake, we're false, and then falsify somebody up in receipts and count them. They observe that one day, and then they ask for explanation, but as we talk, so no explanation not come out. ACC been said and they take action, they not say not to the president directly involved, but people then, but as we talk, so nobody, the ACC not being come to book for that day. What do you go say about that one day?
No, that one is individual responsibility. Like how you said also, the president not get nothing to do with finance. The president now move about and getting allowances, then what they will getting per diems, then getting salaries, them for take care of family and because you see the presidency is an institution. So not to grab personal say, give me this money. So not to even go sign
But it gets a responsibility. It gets a responsibility. Say, for example, if they don't give in office bad name, if I recommend say them people here, then for count them to justice. Then if I recommend say them for investigate them because then give in office bad name if in another day. True or false?
Well, let's see. I matter like for further clarification. What happened? It can be said. The audit of comment like I say no more for let you re-explain and therefore depending na waste positioning if actually it will or it will if this document not sign let us know if now for document na sign or na those things are the see a big skin all in this country, not only in government, but in companies, they have to let you see after we put it in that somebody come back, begin explain. Sometimes some companies as a direct deposit, so they say all this you don't sack you. But all the not use. Now that one get clear.
So the unfortunate partner, the unfortunate partner, the line don't really bad at this particular moment. We know they get you clearly, but we go beg for because the discussion you go find for we actually get rewards the way they come inside. If I for ask you the very last question, what thing will be your final submission in 1 minute? So we go end the program at this point.
Well, I just want tell me, brother. That was boy Thompson, I'm a friend. Me okay, me talk small. We'll take it. With the money, I like in spirit, and I believe say, I like the way you can debate with me and them group. It's good. We can not like yourself, but decently. So my last word I go on for say, we not get two currencies na Sierra Leone, now one currency. Now time then give. For let this old money we been get that boku 000 like phase out.
But you yourself know say that they ever fade out right now based on the kind way I did so because they don't give 1 term, 2 term, 3 term. They don't get the sabi for late fade out. True or false?
No, they don't give you now. They say 31st of December.
But now the number 4th date that one.
It is stop for being legal tender. Well, the reason was put them again. pass money that they owes them. Salon have country people they still keep money on that bed.
But wait,
Salon
you
country people they still keep
go
money.
agree with me say you go agree with me say if the government really serious for fed this money out, by now they're not going to give them money, then they out again a bank. But as you go na bank, the money when they give us all, now the note with the 00 plenty, now then they give na the old note. Right or false?
You're correct.
So
But
how
as I
serious
tell you,
them be
I'm
now?
saying in the
Like,
next
because
2-3
now that
months-
money they not for the circulate again.
No, well, the same people when they criticize you now, we say now all money we use to currency. Now the same people they pressurize the bank governor for say the time too short because they don't keep boku money and they owes them. They don't talk about.
No,
So
I
man get
disagree with you,
so
sir.
that
I disagree
vote,
with you saying that people in pressure. The bank governor be always talks say nobody need dictate to them, and he don't put in date them. Just that policy failed.
policy failed with the bank governor.
Yes, all of his policies then fail. Because if they're not failed, because
Well-
I listened to the bank governor the other day, he say if we not get stringent measure for spend money, we're not able for succeed in this. And indeed, we're not able for succeed it. We mean say it simply don't tell we say the government not spend responsibly.
Well, perhaps if you ask me honestly, I would say instead they accept it don't make some small mistakes.
Not
and
a
that is-
small mistake, great mistake where they make with Deus this right now.
Well, no, me the same way we still stand. Even when they make mistakes, then for even change the money, then the reason that reasons the way we put forward.
And the reason why
only thing we
he
take for
say the only reason we make it change in Leos now because that other money they been big. This one is small. This one will go na your wallet, then they no go na your wallet. And people them use and nobody complain.
Well, me, you know, say then are the financial experts, and them tell you say they want knock off some zeros. The more they knock off some zeros, then the money go easier for all, and money go easier for spend.
Mr.
and it
Faki,
go-
I want
it
to
go
tell you
drop.
plenty. Thank you for joining me inside the program this morning. I appreciate your time with me, and I look forward to
Thank you.
get other discussion with you again. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right, get yourself a very good day, sir. All right, in name now Abdul Hassan Fakir. Unfortunately, we don't lost Titus on the line, on the Zoom line, and the one will be again at the Zoom now. Titus, Boy, and Thompson. You know, we they all the way from the diaspora. We will talk to we inside the program. So thank you very much to the producer, winner Elias Abba. We produce this program very okay. So let's talk to one quickly. I see a lot of people and they say, hey. We know for Fakir not for them at this program. Let's tell you something. Most often they say we need for bring other views them inside the program. We dey bring the views, so please let we just listen to them. I'm not saying okay easy sometimes for listen, but let we listen because if I forget other people your own views into the program. So interestingly, we do them very well for you. We get Titus we speak on behalf of the opposition. We get Fakir we speak for the government. So what do you expect? All man get for defend your side. So it's up to you now for decide what you want for believe or what you don't want for believe. So that's exactly what we try for do. I know say the something that people like can say the Korea's rotten, even when you get fine yes, but the Korea's rotten today. I'm very sorry, but that's not the discussion, and this is not election time. You get forgive people them the opportunity for letting themselves talk, yeah. So when we come na net, who say we get we own program when we had, who say Slpp and Bible see don't different level that one day, but this one na Koreans, and we get for give the opportunity to people them for make their own voice be heard, okay. So, one for tell you thank you, wanna listen to the program or take on time for watch up. Tell you thank you for what you like, but please, you will not like the program, please consider for do so. You will not subscribe, consider for do so. Thank you all very much for a like, a share, and a comment. Until then, what we'll get from it again. The question will be asked now, the APC and Slpp manifesto, who always stand a better chance for settle the problem of Salon and Salon people them. Alright. Boy Jalo, Titus Boy something say na the APC manifesto. And then you get Abdul Hassan Fakir say na the SLPP. So what do you think? It's up to you for decide. June 24, 2023 na decide day and na day where every Israeli for decide na the poll. So until then, my name is Slpp, the freedom fighter, the producer for this program na Elias Abba. God bless we country Sierra Leone, where we call we are. Thank you very much. I'm out. Catch you up again tonight for another edition of a program we call We Are.
Another morning again inside we had plenty things then they happen. I wonder how news again what go here today. But this be small country we had. Anyway, before I go to the wahala na we had, I just go to my kitchen and check my colors.
Yes, colors. Some man really like for eat in the morning. Some people say them just like when they eat don't sleep. Other people say na the cow they like, especially when they cook the soup or plasas where they like pass all. So now that make we dey bring to you this program where we call Colres, as we dey look at different story them na the front page and inside the newspaper. So not forget to join me on Monday to Friday, both Facebook and YouTube. Usai we go